Got to cut some plugs to put in there, nothing major. And then probably put some Bondo, fiberglass Bondo in the little holes. Getting ready to cut a 27-inch wide piece right here where all the electrical and batteries are going to be stored. So you can see that I'm taking it out of the old piece that I took up, the old flooring. It's 3/4 inch. I'm not going to waste it. I can trim it down here to wherever I need down here. Alright, more work. Lots of work. It's going to take 2 or 3 months before I get ready to really start building. So, keep checking back. Be sure to hit that bell and be notified when I upload a video or something else. And we'll see you in a few. Going the extra mile using this used piece of 3/4 inch plywood that I took out of the cargo trailer. I'm using a little bit of Bondo with fiberglass to fill the holes and the deep depressions and the big cuts. You know, that way when I sand it, paint it, it'll be painted white. It'll look pretty good instead of just a piece of garbage that I used as a backdrop. So again, going the extra mile, just take some 40 grit belt sander and belt that right on down. Be ready to prime and paint. Cutting a couple plugs for those holes up front where the tie downs came out. Just using scrap piece. They're not quite as big, so I'll just use the Bondo glass in and around it to fill it in, and they'll be like one solid piece. So I got 2 of these to cut, and then we'll get in there and show you how I put it in. Okay, mixing it up. Put just a little bit in the bottom, just to hold it. Some around the sides, because I know this plug is smaller, so just want very little bit on the bottom, just to hold it. Looks like a mess, doesn't it? We'll shove our plug in there, give it a twist, make sure it's down all the way, and then we'll fill in around the sides. Make sure you get that center hole. Yeah, it looks like a mess right now, but once I sand it off, it'll be just like new. It may take a second application, which is fine. I'm going to force some down in these holes here too. Thought I had enough mixed up, but I guess not. It's close though. Yeah, again, this is what you got to do when you start from scratch. You got to get your base foundation built good and strong, and then build up from there. So again, it's probably going to be a couple months before I really actually start building, because I've still got to modify the design that I did for the 7x14 cargo trailer. I got to modify it to fit this 8.5 by 16. Yeah, this will take another application, but I'll let that set. While this one's setting up, I'll do the other one, and that'll be about halfway done. So this is a Bondo with a fiberglass in it, so I'm not worried about it getting wet. Won't hurt in the least. Okay, on to the next one. Well, this is the first time I've closed the door since I finished up this flooring. I wanted about 1/8 of an inch gap, and it came out perfect. I can put some 1/8 inch foam there to keep any water from coming up through it, which I don't think it would anyway, but Just another layer of protection. I'm happy with it. I'm probably going to get this painted here sometime. Probably not till after I get the insulation in it. Alright. It's a mess in here. But it's a mess that's moving forward. My fiberglass and resin right there. Bondo and fiberglass. It's hardening up. Got the second one done. And I got a bunch of little holes on the sides I'll fill also. And then I'll get on to these problems here. Get these fixed. Okay. I think I'm through for the day. I'm tired. Plus it's humid. Extremely humid. Looks like somebody took 5 gallons of water and dumped over me. Okay. No more talking. Time to relax in the pool. Maybe have a drink or two. And take the rest of the day off. It's time to start taking off the internal panels here. And figuring out where my wiring is going to go. But first I'm going to, of course, work on these sections and get these closed in. I'm probably going to take some of the old pieces that came off here, fit them there, paint the bottom side, then come back with spray foam up underneath there to fill in the gaps, and then undercoat it. Keep moisture out. So it's getting there slowly. Again, I'm getting ready to pull the panels down and figure out where my wiring's going to go. I've got one more roll of wiring coming in, so I'm waiting on that. I've got my screws in, so I'm going to start working on the floor here, doubling up on the screws, because right now it creaks and cracks when you walk on it. So mainly down the middle, not all the way out to the outside, because the cabinets and everything else will be holding it there. Just doubling up on the screws to make this flush plus stop squeaking. So on to the next phase. And then when I put the panels back up, they'll all be painted white. I have a white ceiling and probably a gray floor that looked like the one in the shuttle bus that I put down, except it'll be waterproof. All right, getting there. I just got back from Pink Hill, which is an hour away. A guy had some stuff for sale, and this is one thing I was looking for the trailer, and guess how much I paid for it. It's the RV window. It's got the bottom one folds out, and it's got the screens in it. It's dirty, needs to be cleaned up, but you won't believe how much I paid for it. Here it is, cleaned up. First cleaning. I'll probably take another one. Guess how much I paid for this thing? I had to drive an hour to get it. The bottom window down there in the middle opens up, which is really nice. And it's perfect size for the trailer, which will go on the other side though. But it'll go up in there on the other side. So let me know what you think. How much do you think I paid for this thing? All the glass is good. you know, all the rubber is not perfect, but I can order some more for that. I'll tell everybody what this cost me in the next video that I put out with it in it. So be sure to check all my videos out.